And now time for a rousing rendition of Melody, Melody, Melody. Well, if that doesn't make the hair stand up on the back of your neck, nothing will. Look, just about to get underway then here in Cairo. As you can see there, such is the size of this stadium that even with 50,000 people in it, huge swathes of the stadium still empty. Let's have a look then at the Egypt starting 11, an attacking formation picked here by Hossam Hassan. Osama Faisal preferred over Mustafa Mohamed in the number 9 role. Mo Salah and Omar Mamouche on the right and left side of that attack, with Zizou, of course, as ever, tucked in just behind. There's also quite an attacking midfield duo as well of Trezeguet and Hamdi Fati as well. Plenty of cut and thrust to come from those, with Mohamed Hani and Mohamed Hamdi, the fullbacks, to add width to those attacks. And so Khaled Sobi comes into centre of defence, with Mohamed Abdul Monem out with a lengthy anterior cruciate ligament injury. Really unfortunate for the Nice defender. So, our referee for today, Toma Bongil from South Africa, does tend to try and keep the game flowing. And have plenty of encouragement to do that from the Egyptian fans in here tonight. Now we'll have a look then at the Ethiopian 11. I say no strikers on that, in that starting 11 at least. Abubakar Nuri, who came in at the last international window, retains his place between the sticks. Bereket Desta, the number 20 there, scored a hat-trick against Djibouti last time out. In fact, so did teammate Abubakar Nasir, but Nasir not even in the squad this time. Bereket Desta, though, may well be shifted into the number 9 role, allowing Beni Ambelye and Mageni Kazagan the opportunity to play out wide, and we're nearly underway then. Now, are we going to see a low block and counter-attack from Ethiopia, or are they actually going to try and go at Egypt? You expect the Pharaohs to monopolise possession. So then underway, Egypt to host, backed by a partisan crowd here in Cairo. Kicking from left to right in the first half. And immediately Ethiopia sitting back in what looks like a fairly structured and rigid 4-4-2 at the moment. We'll see if it turns into a 5-5-0 or not later on. Now Hani. Plenty of red shirts flooding forward in the early stages. Everyone compressed into the Ethiopian half. Now Rabia. Good interception now. What can Ethiopia do on the counter-attack here? The ball played out. Kasaye, the left back, gets the ball back in play. Oh, but it's been given away. Danger here. Got Mo Salah outside him. Salah chips the ball into the area. Can't at the back post. Scrambled clear. Clang of the warning klaxon then. For Ethiopia at the back. And the crescendo of noise where Mo Salah gets on the ball is extraordinary. Just straight up excitement. Now Sobi will be seeing a lot of ball at the base of that Egypt defence. Now Salah can't quite get the pass away. An important foot in from Kasaye. Ball scooped over the top. Lovely for Hani. An important intercept there on the Ethiopian left as Mohamed Hani was played in by a beautifully scooped ball from midfield. Yarabaye organising his troops. Looks like Mo Salah's going to be taking the corner. Corner taken short. Now back into Salah. Puts it out to Zizo. Zizo puts one into the back post. Plenty of red shirts queuing up there. And eventually a foul, I think, from Sobi as he competed for the ball in the penalty area. Yeah, the penalty spot, actually. He doesn't seem sure about the foul being awarded there. Oh, and given away again. Ethiopia can't be doing that. And now through again. Is that what? Oh, brilliant save from Nuri. Quickly off his line, closed down the angle. Well, Ethiopia, that's twice now they've gifted Ethiopia the ball just outside their own penalty area. They can't be doing that. Inviting pressure onto themselves. And they were lucky, really, that Mo Salah's pass was not a good one. Hasn't looked at his best this early in the season. To be fair, the Egyptian number 10. And ball down the left flank there. And Egypt can build up from the back again. Rabia. Now Trezeguet brings it forward down the left. Ball spread out to Mo Salah, cutting inside him. Salah chips one in, but needed to be to the back post, not the front post. Oh, a foul given against Egypt as Ethiopia tried to play out on the counter. But it should be a very potent front four for Egypt. Marmoush, Salah, Faisal, Zizo as well. Interesting, Zizo just with the 2 goals in qualification so far. Omar Mamouche yet to score in World Cup qualifying. Trezeguet, though, with 5 goals so far. Nicely taken down by Faisal. Zizou spreads the ball out to Salah. Salah again cutting inside. He's got Hani providing the overlap. Nice crossfield ball from Fati. Mamouche puts the ball back inside. The attempted cross cut out on the edge of the D. Hani decides against taking on his man. Zizou really is an old-fashioned number 10, isn't he? Zizou, the 21 shirt tonight for Egypt. Just plays in the pockets of space. Not always a huge amount of use, though, when not in possession. A slight misjudgment there from Benny Ambelye. Now Zizou out to Hani. A lot of work coming down the right-hand side here for Egypt. Salah cuts inside. Now he goes with the ball, chipped in behind. Beautifully done. And the shot comes in, but it's a little bit weak from Trezeguet. Didn't quite catch it as he wanted. Beautiful pass, though, from Salah. The great first touch, too, from Trezeguet. Taking the defenders out of it. That first touch was brilliant. The shot, not so much. Could maybe have tried the cut back there, and Omar Mamouche making that point to his teammate. Zizou dropping deep, just trying to knit things together. A bit of a gap developing, really, between the defence and attack. It wasn't the best of balls forward, was it? From Mohamed Hamdi, the Pyramids left back. Of course, helped Pyramids to their first ever Premier League title last season. Did Mohamed Hamdi. One of just 2 Pyramids players in this squad. The other being Mohamed Lachine, back in the squad for the first time since the Africa Cup of Nations. On the ball, one high up the pitch again by Hani. Salah back onto his left foot. Cuts the ball out to Zizou. Nice footwork there from Salah. Well, there was an overlap there on the left, not really seen by Trezeguet. Now the ball works its way out there and the ball comes in, headed away by James at the near post. That's a nice ball out to Hani. And Hani just over the top of Faisal. And Hamdi winning the throw-in. Egypt squeezing Ethiopia in this opening 10 minutes. Hani thinks about the cross. Now he tries to go down to the byline. Wins a corner. There's definite change in this Egypt side. More of a change of culture, perhaps, since Hossam Hassan has taken over. Obviously, the 7-time African champions do seem to play with the handbrake off a little bit more often now than they used to, perhaps, in the past. Zizou to Fati, back to Zizou again. Zizo trying to cut onto his right foot there, not really being given the opportunity by the defenders. Good discipline from the Ethiopian. Well, back 10 really. This time ball comes in. Rabia can't quite get the bouncing ball under control. But he does win it back, high up the pitch there. And then just a little clip from behind. And that would be an Egypt free kick. I'm sure it's a stressful time for Messe Teferi. Salah rather scuffs the free kick. Didn't catch that right at all. Egypt still absolutely bossing possession. Ethiopia have hardly had a kick in these opening 13 minutes. Zizo just puts a little bit too much on that, but that'll be picked up at the far post. And quickly recycled. Another cross comes in. Hani waiting for it at the far post. Eventually gets hold of the ball near the corner flag. And is bustled off of it by Bellier. And a foul. Well, a three-man wall, perhaps slightly OTT. For a free kick from this far out wide. Zizo plays a short one. And it goes Salah. Salah crabbing sideways across the area. Now finds space over on that left-hand side. The ball comes in. Lots of red shirts waiting for it, but I think Rabia getting in the way rather than helping. Took that off the head of a teammate. I think it was Mohamed Hamdi who was behind him. Who looked better placed to put an attacking touch on that. Rabia still up there on the edge of the area, by the way. Now he decides to go back into his defensive area. Mamouche can't quite take the ball with him. Trezeguet slides in, can't quite make the intercept. The ball forward, rather deflecting off an Egyptian foot. And is held back to Mohamed El Shenawi for, I think, his first touch in the 15th minute. Now Zizo thinks about accelerating down the right-hand side, cuts back. Just look how many red shirts there are in attacking positions. Everyone on screen camped out in the in an Ethiopian half. Well, Trezeguet lining himself up for the shot. Why not? He's got 5 goals in qualification so far. In the reverse fixture back at the end of March was 2 goals from, or a goal apiece from Salah and Zizo that were the difference between the two sides. Both of those goals coming near the end of the first half. think the home fans will be expecting at least that, if not a bit more, this evening. On the ball through, taking a deflection off an Ethiopian head, taking it away from Mohamed Hani, who taken up a good position there on the right. It's going to be a busy night, you feel, for Abubakar Nuri, although he hasn't really had to make a save as yet. Lots of promising build-up play from Egypt. It hasn't quite clicked in and around the Ethiopia area, or at least not as yet. Let's see what happens from the set piece. 6 red shirts in the area, another one in the D. Andy Fati on the edge of the area as well. That one well read by the Ethiopian defender. No risks taken by Hani. All the way back to El Shanawi for his second touch of the evening. Oh, now it's a nice ball for Trezeguet. Trezeguet twists and turns, looks for space. Fati. Zizo. Knows when to give and when to go to Zizo. Hani. It wasn't the best of passes, was it? For Salah. And Salah chasing back and immediately back on the ball again. Options left and right. Chooses to go left to Trezeguet. Really good save from Nuri. Egypt knocking on the door here, looking for the opener. This time, a knot of red shirts in and around the penalty spot. Are they going to converge on the 6-yard box? Ball comes in. Oh, brilliant fingertip save from Nuri again. It's a lovely delivery. I think Faisal managed to wriggle free from his marker. Or was it Rabia? Faisal maybe taking a bit of a knock. But nothing too bad. There was Faisal. This one, not quite enough air on that. Now Hamdi back on the ball again. Rabia. Well, Hani outside him, instead goes direct to Salah. Can't find a way through with the pass. Hani with the ball in, takes a deflection, headed away from near the edge of the area. Mopped up there by Sobi. Again, just a little bit of space opening up on that left-hand side. Nice turn from Mamouche. Mamouche went for the 1-2 on the edge of the area. Egypt. See how deep the entire Ethiopian team in their own third of the pitch now. Hani cuts inside one. Salah tries to get up and over. Wins another corner. Or does he? Oh, apparently not. This was one of the earlier giveaways, but then given straight back by Salah. Eventually they got the shot in. Mamouche, though, well stopped there by Nuri. And again, another one. Egypt winning the ball high up the pitch. Trezeguet shifting the ball onto his left foot. That's a really good save, actually. definitely going in. Pushed round the post by Abubakar Nuri. Vaughan coming forwards again now, Egypt. Shot comes in, oh, off the post now. Did the keeper get a touch on that, I wonder? Marmoush in there sniffing around for the rebound. But now perhaps a chance for Ethiopia on the counter-attack. Snuffed out by Mohamed Hani. I'd love to get a replay of that shot from a few moments ago. Pressure on the ball wherever Ethiopia go at the moment. Even in their own third of the pitch, that's the entire game is just compressed into their half. They need a little bit of this. Oh, now it's really opening up for Ethiopia, forming up in that attack, and that was a vital interception at the back. Now a long ball. Oh, that's stretching the game. Marmoush, well, keeps the ball in play, but there's nobody there on the follow-up. Thinking about the long ball instead. Puts it to Kasaye on this near side. Well, that's nicely played. Desta now into space. Desta finds Marquis. Marquis cuts back inside. Thinks about the shot. Stead lays it off to his right. And there's more players over on that right-hand side here for Ethiopia. Lots of green shirts up in the box for this attack. Their first attack of the match in the 23rd minute. Good bit of keep ball, but then the ball lost, and now Egypt can play on the counter-attack. Faisal's going to keep that one in play. Yes, he is. Now 5 red shirts up. That's good. Defending, slowing things down. Okay, he's given away the free kick, but he stops that attack in its tracks. I think it was Ramkel James, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Ooh, a little. Even a couple of tread marks there on his way through. Here's Zizo. Nabia plays it out wide to the left. Now the ball driven into the area, doesn't quite get as far as Faisal. Marmoush crowded out. Trezeguet now. Trezeguet. You can see he wanted to turn there, didn't he? Gets the ball back now, Trezeguet. Rabia. Look how advanced he is, the centre-back. To Zizo. Hani. Back to Zizo again. The Egypt front seven is looking quite potent at the moment. You feel that there is a goal coming, isn't there? And of course, the longer Ethiopia can hold out, perhaps Egypt start to get frustrated, losing their shape, getting impatient, a bit hasty. So far, though, it's just been very good defending from Ethiopia by and large. Giving the ball away cheaply a couple of times. No one bearing down on a Hamdi there. Now it breaks in the area, and Marmoush scoops it over the bar, claims a corner. Did well to burst onto the ball there. It's the earlier chance for Trezeguet. Curled it round the keeper. Beat the outstretched arm, couldn't beat the post though. Nicely played there. Now to Hani on this near side. Probably his first touch in his own half for the last 20 minutes or so. Mohamed Hani. The long ball forward though. too much on it. Just wonder if it's almost a case at the moment with Egypt, but maybe they've got too many attacking players on the pitch. Now, I know that sounds a bit silly, but they're effectively playing with a front five, with the two fullbacks playing in the really quite advanced positions as well. Certainly not doing much defending, those wide players. And Zizo pops up on the right-hand side. It's almost like they've got sort of two wide players on each side. So Salah combining with Zizo on the right, and Trezeguet combining with Marmoush over on that left. Marmoush playing almost as an out-and-out striker. He's not really adding much width at the moment. Ball in from Zizo, intercepted at the near post. A lovely cut inside there from Marmoush, trying to make something happen, the number 22. Couldn't quite make space for the shot. Still looking for his first goal in this qualification series. This is the seventh game. Nice ball, looking for that space out wide. Now cutting back in. Maybe one too many touches. There's always another man out there. Here's Hamdi. Decides against it. Good discipline so far from Ethiopia. They're not jumping into rash challenges. They're keeping their shape as much as possible. Ball comes in and the keeper does well coming off his line, taking that one, plucking it out of the air and going quickly to try and trigger the counter-attack. Good pass to Desta. And Desta getting the ball back again. They're not shy coming forwards here, Ethiopia, either. Plenty of men coming forward, and it's a real waste of a shot from that distance. So many teammates better placed. Why Kenny and Markin decided to take the shot from there, I will not know. A rush of blood to the head, perhaps. Zizo trying to find some space down that right-hand side. Calls for the foul, nothing given. And a rare opportunity here for Ethiopia to play their way out, but that's not the best of balls. I don't think Desta was ever going to get on the end of that. Marmoush sides on discretion on this occasion. Now the ball pinged down to Hamdi on this near side. Ball kept moving by Zizo. Spread out to the left. Here's Trezeguet. Good foot in though. Ethiopia can clear their lines. Again, not really doing much to prevent the crosses coming in. The defence is very narrow from Ethiopia in this first half an hour. They seem to be happy to give Egypt the ball out wide, but they're really packing those central areas, making it difficult to find targets. Corner comes in, a bit of a flap from the goalkeeper. Gets away with it. And tidies up. You see, they just look how deep Ethiopia is sitting. No effort to get away from their own penalty area. I think they're scared of the pace coming in from behind as a shot comes in from distance, and that's still rising as it goes over the bar. Hamdi Fatty deciding to take a swing at one. Oh, the rare moments of possession here for Ethiopia in the Egypt half. Momentarily, anyway. Wrong ball and, well, miscommunication at the back there. Well, I think Mohamed El Shanawi saying, I called that, why did he go for it? And Mohamed Hamdi just pointing out, couldn't hear a thing, mate. No, I think that's just down to the sheer volume of noise coming from the crowd here, even though they're not that close to the pitch. And the first corner of the game for Ethiopia. Awesome, Hassan. So he looks like he's about to bust a blood vessel there on the sidelines. The referee is pointing out some behaviour here. Ethiopia with the corner taken low, and the shot. Well, it was a low bobbly corner, not dealt with by the Egypt defence. Fortunately for them, the shot glazed over the bar. Oh, yeah. Again, the second. And this is perhaps the point where things are starting to getting a little bit nervy here for Egypt. They have had a couple of chances, but considering the sheer weight of possession and where that possession has been, they haven't created as many chances as you might think. And there's a frustration starting to come in. Moosh this time. Plenty of teammates to aim at. Smashed it into the crowd instead. This was Trezeguet's effort from a little bit earlier that came back off the post. That's the closest Egypt have come to the opening goal so far. Well, I think that's a third touch now for El Shanawi. Should be one of the goalkeeper international assignments. Just love the passion of Hossam Hassan there. It's like he's kicking every ball. I mean, he's a former player, the record goal scorer for the Pharaohs as well. An absolute legend in his home country. On the attack, nice on the overlap. Ball teased in, but falls to a green shirt. Headed back in again. The ball eventually goes through to Nuri. So they've hit the bar, they've hit the post and drawn a few decent saves out of Abubakar Nuri so far, Egypt, but not quite yet managed the breakthrough. Nice turn. Well, that's going to be a yellow card, surely. It is. First yellow card of the game goes to Khaled Sobi. Looked like he was beaten for pace over on that left-hand side, the centre-back. Grabbed a good handful of Marquinhos' shirt. Just the 4 green shirts to aim at. Got a lot of choices here for the set piece. And now there's who comes in, and there is actually one by an Egyptian head, but glancing header goes the wrong side of the upright. It's Marquinhos again. Arabia, Salah, a quiet first half as Mo Salah. It's a nice weighted ball into the area for Faisal, but he had 3 defenders on and not a lot of support. Ethiopia to play their way out of trouble there, and they've got a pretty good job of it as well. Desta couldn't quite find a teammate though. And Egypt now back in possession. Ciso moves the ball over halfway, spreads it out to that left-hand side to Mohamed Hamdi. Hamdi with Trezeguet in front of him, and Trezeguet wins a foul on the edge of the area. Well, there's going to be some trouble here for the Ethiopian players. Now, who was that yellow card for? It could have been for any number of the Ethiopian players, at least a couple of them manhandling the referee. Certainly Ramkel James was. Now, what's the referee actually given here? Well, contact looks like it was inside the box. I think he initially pointed to a free kick. Contact clearly inside. Looks like a pretty clear penalty to me. The penalty has been given, in fact. Well, I've been wondering who'd be getting the penalty duties here. Mo Salah obviously normally takes them for his club side Liverpool as well, but he's missed his last 2, one in a pre-season friendly against Athletic Bilbao and another one against Crystal Palace in the shootout at the end of the pre-season curtain of the English Premier League, the Community Shield. Both of those efforts ending up in the crowd rather than in the net. But here he is now in Egyptian colours, stepping up to try and bag what would be a 7th goal of the qualification campaign. Just when it looked like Egypt was starting to run out of ideas, they get a gift like that. Silly challenge, the edge of the area. Opponent actually running away from the goal. Bit of a silly one to give away from Ethiopia. So Mohamed Salah, 60 international goals to his name, up against Abubakar Nuri. He's a few days shy of his 24th birthday, is Nuri. doing their best to unsettle Salah, but he's seen all this before. There's the Egyptian number 10. And the keeper doing his best to put Salah off. Salah inscrutable. Salah! Oh, brilliant penalty. And given what's happened with his previous efforts from this season, that's a fantastic strike from Mo Salah, his 7th goal of the qualification campaign. His 61st international goal in total. And Egypt, more importantly, 1 goal to the good here at home to Ethiopia, taking another important step towards what they hope will be the 4th qualification for the FIFA World Cup. I mean, the keeper went the right way, but that is absolutely jammed into the corner. And they even celebrated in the posh seats as well. Back underway then. Egypt finally taking the lead just as they felt like they were just starting to lose their way after a really promising opening half an hour. Gifted a penalty. No mistake from Mo Salah from the spot. And Egypt winning the ball high up the pitch again. And that's a brilliant challenge there. Ball goes out for a throw. Just when it looked like Mamouche had done enough to burst into the box. The Man City man denied. Ethiopia, a yawning gap in the middle of the Egypt defence there. Nearly exploited as well. Put that down to a momentary lapse of concentration. Just a couple of minutes plus stoppages to go before half-time. The game has flowed pretty well, actually, as they normally do with Tom Abongil in charge. Ethiopia tidy a bit of passing there, and they can bring the ball over halfway, and there's plenty of green shirts flooding into the Egypt half now. Space over on the right-hand side, runners left and right, going for the cross-field ball, and El Shenawi plucks that one out of the air. And now maybe space on the counter. Mo Salah can't find the right pass. Now Desta teases one into the back post, but Mohamed Hamdi safely shepherds that one out for a goal kick. I think Pharaohs be pretty happy just to get to half-time at 1-0 now. I'm sure they'd love a second goal, but they can maybe wait for the second half now. Maybe make a couple of tactical adjustments. They've looked a little bit unbalanced, Egypt, so far. Really waiting for some of their star players to spark into life. Mo Salah has been a bit scruffy in possession. Zizo struggling to make an impression as well. Here is Zizo making a run into the right-hand channel, but the ball that was shepherded out of play there by Yarabaye. Oh, a good press high up, and there's 5 players up here. Nicely laid off by Salah. Was that a penalty? Yes, it is. Zizo teed up by Salah. The shot blocked by an Ethiopian arm. We're going to have another penalty here in first half stoppage time. The handball given. Let's have another look here. Trezeguet winning the ball. Salah with the little layup. And Kasai. Well, his arm was out. And he's thrown himself in front of the ball there. If it hits your arm in that situation, well, it's got to be a penalty. Referee might lose patience with Nuri in a minute. So the 23-year-old goes back to his line, and it's Omar Marmoush. Now, he hasn't scored yet in World Cup qualifying. What can Marmoush do here? So Marmoush against Nuri. Egypt looking to make it 2 goals to the good just before the break. Marmoush waits for that whistle. Marmoush! Oh, brilliant penalty. The keeper goes the right way again. But this time, the ball in the opposite corner. And Omar Marmoush has finally got his first goal of this World Cup qualifying campaign. And Egypt surely now can cruise the second half. They've got that 2-goal lead. Ethiopia haven't offered a threat going forward just as yet. Happiness from the coaching staff. I say both those penalties as well. Both hit low, both right into the bottom corner. I'm sure there's a man who's taken a few penalties in his time as well. And that then is that for the first half here at the Cairo International Stadium. Egypt dominant, but perhaps just lacking a cutting edge in and around the Ethiopia box in the end, though. Abubakar Nuri making a couple of fine saves. Trezeguet seeing a shot come back off the post. And in the end, it was left to Mo Salah to put home a 41st minute penalty after a foul on Trezeguet just on the edge of the penalty area. Mo Salah stepped up, rammed that into the bottom corner, and 5 minutes later, Omar Marmoush repeated the trick after a handball in the box. 2-0 to Egypt here against Ethiopia at half-time. And the Pharaohs surely hoping for more in the second half.